Hello, my name is Kyrie, and today I would just like to show you guys my Shadowrun level. It's the first level I made in this editor, and my experience with Shadowrun's a little light, but hopefully I made something pretty decent. The point of this level was mainly to focus on telling story through set design, which I couldn't do in some of my other editors I've worked with in the past, such as Dustforce, which focused mostly on gameplay, and this one went in the other direction to flesh out my storytelling skills. There's a lot more tools in the Shadowrun editor for this. With my limited experience, I used some simple dialogues and triggers, and mostly the environment tells the story in this one. It's a little hard, so I'm going to walk you guys through it. So we have this. So first we're going to show you the trigger. So we move in here, and character gets all the basic gear because I have no idea what the player is going to start with without doing this. Because they can bring any character in, and this is intended for a relatively low level, but still some hard things happen. So this is just giving the baseline gear. If your character is better, then it'll work. It'll probably be easier, a lot easier for you. But this is supposed to be early on in the game if it was in a final game. So I'll move over here. I'll travel. Well, we'll talk about the set design a little bit. I just started this encounter, so they just know there's an enemy here. We'll run into it soon. So if you just look around, you can see like the old barrels and trash and stuff. Trying to give the kind of rundown factory look. I wish the walls could have reflected this a little better, but this is what I had to work with, so this is what I used. Yeah, and just crates and things like that just to give you that impression. So we have these here, and these lockers used to just be against the wall, but I changed them like this to add cover so the player can actually use it. Mostly for a later encounter, but for this encounter it can also help a little bit. So yeah, we'll come here, and he's right here. Yep. So it'd be a little surprising for someone who didn't know that he was there, but relatively weak enemy. Just a little bit stronger than maybe a single player, but about the same, about pretty easy for a group of 3 to take down. Is what I'm trying to say. So you come here, hit this guy. Yep. Okay. And I think it's easier for him to hit with the pistol. Yep, it's cool. So, see, pretty easy encounter. None of us even got hurt that time. Sometimes we'll get unlucky and miss, and he'll get some hits in, but for the most part, it's a relatively easy encounter. So we'll come here, and again, you see just more of that factory setting, so you get the idea that they have like a little thing, a little generator, and these crates here, and some computers just to give you the sense that they were working on something, but now it's closed. The main point of this story is to come here, find the survivors in the factory, and pull them out. So that's what we're doing. Try to shoot this guy. Okay, cool. This is going pretty well. We'll move closer. Again, just pretty easy encounter for 3 people to take on this robot. Yeah, sometimes he'll hang out there, which makes things a little complicated. This guy comes in, so we'll take him out. Be easy, and we'll come here and take this guy out. Okay. Try to get this guy. Yeah, he made things a little difficult for us by coming in here. So we'll come here and we'll shoot him. Oh, we'll shoot him. Okay. Oh, and he's moving away in. Okay, so we'll talk about this room after we take this guy out. Okay, so this starts another encounter when you enter this room. So you see this guy here getting attacked by this drone, and it's just made a little more complicated by this guy coming in, but nothing we can't handle. So we'll come in here, and we'll try to shoot him. Yeah, only 40%, so it's fine. Again, come in here, and then we will attack this guy. And okay, so this is Aruba. This is the hostage who is cornered by the machine, so we're going to come over here and attack this guy with our new ally. Okay. Probably could have did that from range. It's fine. Over here, hit this guy. Okay. So take this encounter down. And this kind of give player a little, they're most likely are going to come this way just because it's the first door that they see, but if they don't, it's not the end of the world. It just makes it a little bit easier for them to come this way first. So okay, we're still missing. Alright. And Aruba. Cool. so that was close. You destroy this place, so I'll join you. So it kind of helps tell the story of this place a little bit, just with the quick dialogue. This light lures the player in here in the first place, and if they move in here, they can actually trigger this. This will open a door later. So yeah, this is just another like office room. So you don't get too many details, but you do get a sense of people have been here and work here. So you come over here, enter this room with these tanks. So the idea with these tanks, there's supposed to be human experimentation going on in this factory. So these are the rampant experiments and why the factory closed to begin with, and these test tubes are to show that something did not go well with the caution tape and everything. So we're all here, so we're just gonna come and fight this guy. So it just introduces a new enemy, and you'll get to see a little bit how strong he is, but with 4 people, it won't be too hard to take him down. So over here. This, okay. And then Aruba comes over here. Okay, they come here. Oh, there he's gonna shoot. Okay, main character. All right, and we're just gonna ignore the summon because killing this guy will kill both of them. So that's the idea here. Again, just kind of showing the player this enemy is the main goal of this. And also to tell the story a little bit. So I'll come here. See that? Use this thing. Okay. Shoot this. Okay. There we go. Gets one more shot in. That's a lot of damage. Okay. And that just shows off how strong those guys are. So you come here, and this will. Oh, hold on. Okay, yeah. Alright, so we do have some healing items if we need them. So we'll come over here and trigger this guy. And again, he's near another tube, so it's still communicating that message. And this door is open to, this is the door we opened earlier when we came over here. So we're just going to come over here and take this guy out. And again, with the set design, you can see this generator and this workstation kind of indicates someone was working on them and has something to do with these tubes. So telling the story a little bit by itself. So come over here. Okay, cool. Come over here. Okay. So we'll go in. So his back's turned, so he doesn't know we're here until we attack him. Okay. Again, showing off a little bit how to take these guys out reliably. And 0% from there. Okay. Nice. Okay. Here's high chance. Can I move here? Yeah, 70%. That's pretty good. Okay. Now he's gonna summon this thing. He gets to attack. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. It's critical. Okay. Cool. So this. Finish him off. That was pretty dangerous overall. So we'll come here to our items. Okay. So yeah, we'll be able to use that in our next encounter. So we'll come here and get our reward for finding that little secret. And this guy's in the kitchen. You get the sink and the refrigerators and the tables. Thank God it was it. And then now he's on our team. Yep, he comes. We come in here, and this guy gets triggered. So this is kind of telling the story. This is a sacrificial table. It's a table that's in Shadowrun. So it kind of tells you that people are being used, and this is where they're being stored. In a later iteration, I'd probably add some small triggers to help the player actually investigate these things. But for now, this guy's in here, and he wants to get out of here. So we'll go here, and he's a little bit stronger. So is the secret guy. He's the strongest guy, actually. So he makes it the easiest if you get him. So these guys spawn. It's kind of a surprise. Oh, no. Okay, so now, yeah. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So we'll hide there for now. Oh, it's fine. And we'll use our guys to get this going. Okay. We're just gonna get into cover, which is what these barriers are here for in the first place. It's a good chance to hit from here, so yeah, we'll do that. And then this guy, if he moves up, it's still kind of rough. He'll just go and cover. Send this guy here. Oh, yeah, he's pretty good accuracy, so he's very reliable damage. Okay, so he's gonna attack. Cool. Good. Go send their guys. Yeah. So this is kind of the whole idea that I started with, was you're gonna walk down this way, come in this room, and it's gonna kind of flip things where now you have to take care of these guys. This is a little risky, but we should be able to take this guy out. Take him quickly. Yeah, because he just kind of ran at us. So that's a little worrisome. If my guys could hit anything. Okay, we'll attack that. Okay. And finish him off. Oh. Okay. Alright. Okay, cool. It's getting a little sketchy. Okay. Cool. Alright. Shot here. Oh wow. Let me try to attack him. He's far away. Alright. Cool. Alright. Yeah, see, and the barricades make this all the more possible, so if you're not using any strategy, it's going to be a little rough for you. But this will pretty much help you get through it. Yep, so now he's good, so we're just going to move up. Yeah, it's good to attack this guy. Yeah. Just take these guys down. That's the main thing. A little bit closer. Get 63%. Cool. Oh, actually, it's really hard for him to hit that. Should have moved him. Okay. Come here. Okay. Ooh. Ruba's down. Okay, we gotta hurry up. Finish this so Ruba doesn't die. Okay. Nope. Okay, I just need a hit on him. Oh wow, it's not really hard to hit this guy. E3. Yeah, okay. Cool. There we go. Cool. So there's our healing item. Let's just heal that guy. Alright, and now we got this 5-man squad, which I said is much harder if you don't actually get this ally, but it's still doable with this. So you're guaranteed to get this one, so you'll always have at least 4 people. But obviously, if you can get 6, that is much better. So yeah, so we just kind of come back here. I think in the long term, I wanted more things. When I was seeing how the played out, though, it was a little tough to have too many things going on. So we'll come over here, and we'll take care of the boss. Yep, you come back here, and the boss spawns. And he is incredibly hard to hit. So we're gonna actually step back a little bit and come in at the end. Take the back seat on her. Alright, so we're gonna come here. We're gonna try to take him out with our guys. Okay. Yeah, these are the weaker guys that you start with. Oh no. Mistake. That's a mistake. Okay. So hit this guy. Or we'll miss him, I mean. Okay, so even the strong guys have a little bit of trouble with this guy. Fortunately, the boss doesn't do too much damage, he's just really hard to hit. Okay. Yeah, see, 4 damage. So this encounter doesn't take very long, just kind of a little tough. The story-wise, he's supposed to come back to kind of clean up. The whole idea of the story was you're supposed to be set up by the guy who hires you to come here and figure out what happened in the factory and save any survivors. But it's just to keep his image. In reality, he doesn't want anybody to know, so he comes here to clean you guys up. Yep. Okay. Alright. See if I can move. And it's a little bit better. Okay. And yep, it's main strategy here. Just let your bigger guys handle it. I don't even have to take my character really to do this. But it's just kind of speed it up. So shoot. Yeah. He's tough. Alright, so come here. Take this guy out. There we go. Alright, we took him down. And we're ready to go. Alright. So, yep, so you leave. So there's nothing really happens when you win yet. It's just the end of the encounter and the triggers get set. And that's the playthrough of the level. I think overall what I could have improved is I want to add more I want to add more dialogue boxes and actually get conversations up and running, because that's a whole system that I didn't figure out yet. And just add more triggers to help the player actually investigate the rooms. For the most part, gameplay wise, I think maybe the enemies need to be tuned a little bit better, so you're more liable to hit them and they're less drawn out encounters. But a little bit of strategy gets involved here, and with these early encounters, it's just to introduce a lot of things. And I think the set design actually comes out a little bit stronger and just by using the Shadowrun editor than my other one. So I think in that regard I did actually succeed. But yeah, that's level. I'll show you in the editor. We'll leave here. Exit. We'll just quit. Okay. And we'll go here. And it's just real quick in the editor, when all the lights are lit up, you can see everything. These are all the triggers and regions that are set up. Got the triggers down here, and this is the general layout. Originally there was a lot more going on over here, but I realized there was a lot of wasted space, so I got rid of it. This is kind of an artifact of that, but since the player can't really look into it too much, it's not a huge deal. And yeah, that's the level. Thank you for watching.